Point number 6. This has got to do with UAE. UAE in the 80s, it was a glorious time to come to UAE. Every Tom, Dick, and Harry from any part of the world, if you'd come down to UAE, it was paradise. You'd hit the jackpot. Where if you're a Brit and you're earning peanuts and you're driving, let's say, a cheap, like Mr. Bean's kind of car, the minute you come to UAE, you drive a Range Rover. By the way, in the 80s, Range Rover and four-wheel drives, those big cars were only meant for locals and whites with special permission, but Indians or Asians could never drive it. But then later on, Al Futtaim requested the government and they opened it up for everyone. So you can do a little bit of fact-finding here. So, in fact, do a little bit of homework. Tint, the car tint, that was only for locals and for rich people, rich locals, not for Asians, not for other people. But then they allowed only if you're a big shot, you can have a tint. Today, you can have a tint only of 20%, but above 30% or 40%, I don't know what is the exact, it's only for locals. So they have this special racist laws only for locals, VIP, others, no. So anyway, UAE in the glory days had a certain element of charm to it. Any idiot from India, any dumb person could earn a lot of money. You could save. Why do you think Indians were coming to India? And if you tell anyone, I'm from Dubai, oh, Gulf, Gulf, those days were great. And you'd not believe that if you were from Dubai, there was a certain element of snobbishness that would come. If you go to the airport, you'd say, I'm from Dubai, I'm from the Gulf. Wow, Dubai. And when my parents used to go to India, we would take chocolates and, this cheap chocolates and people, oh, Snickers, oh, Galaxy, oh, it was a big thing those days. Today, you say Gulf and bloody refugee. This is a NRI, not required Indian. Because they, now that social media is there, now that internet is so free-flowing, people know if you are working in Dubai, you're a slave for the visa. So the reputation of UAE, the glory days of UAE was once upon a time it was there. But today, it is, there are so many people there, it has lost its charm. UAE has realized, there is demand. People will come here and die and they'll beg for salaries and they'll beg for jobs. So, it lost its charm at a certain point of time. My stepfather, in the early days, imagine, even though he was just an average guy as a receptionist, he was getting 6,000 to 8,000 dirhams in the 80s. That must be like 20,000, 30,000 dirhams of today's value, because the expenses were low, the rent was low, living conditions were low, there was no taxes, and everything was savings. My parents, in the glory days, they had four properties and houses in Bombay, in Mumbai, okay, because that was the amount of savings that they had. Today, you'll be lucky even if you get a decent job that helps you save. So the glory days are gone. Those days you could save. Today you cannot save. And those days there was no taxes. Today you have VAT. It's a bloody expensive affair. Almost 60 to 70% of your income goes only on rent. So imagine how expensive it is. Okay. So the point number 6 is UAE in the glory days, there was a certain charm to it to come there. And that would make people use Emirates Airlines for their visa, for everything else. But today that charm is no longer there. And that in turn has affected UAE.
Are you fed up of life? Earning a pathetic salary, working long hours, having an ungrateful boss, facing office politics, the constant fear of losing your job, and after paying rent, groceries, shopping, and children's expenses, you were left with hardly any savings. Is this the life you dreamed of? Or do you wish to change your life forever? Meet Loy Machedo, the world's #1 personal branding coach. He will help you identify the real you, position and sell yourself by getting the job of your dreams, and make good money anywhere in the world. If you do not believe me, Google his name, Loy Machedo, and you will find 2 million web links online and over 200 recommendations from very happy clients. So the question is, do you want to change your life? If yes, then contact Loy Machedo. www.loymachedo.com. Who is loymachedo.com? Thinkpersonalbranding.com. What are you waiting for? Do it now.